Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing My Hero Academia. What if? This one is not scripted. I'm just looking at a My Hero Academia timeline sheet, so I don't get anything wrong. And if I do mess up, since this isn't gonna be all done in one setting, so I might I'll close it and then forget how to get it back because I didn't save it because I'm dumb. So if I do miss anything, there will maybe be a part two, or I might finish it all here. That really depends, but it's not gonna be a really long one. But it maybe go up to an hour. I'm not 100% sure, but let's go. So how I'm gonna be doing this is what if uh Izuku or Deku had quirk kitchen. So the quirk allows him to how should I put this? Create quirks and alter other people's quirk, even altering his own quirk and he has no limit to how much quirks he can use, but he's not gonna know that off the bat, of course. But yeah, so let's get to it. So when Izuku Midoriya is walking home, the sludge villain attacks, everything happens, he still gets off one for all and then after I think he's maybe like 10, 11ish, no, probably like 15ish at that age. I don't really know, but he's walking home. Blah 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 happened right after the training arc with in on Dagobah Beach. Goddamn, Izuku is working on is like writing in he's like sitting in class, and then the teacher came in. Well, no, I guess that would be after. I already fucked up, you see. But Izuku is like sitting in his room, I don't know, watching some all my videos or whatever, and he's like, okay, if All Might said I can't use one for all without training my body, maybe there's a way that I could uh maybe there's a way that I could change it a little, like by working on my body. But like I've already been working on my body. My body is fine. So maybe I'll just search it up. So he searched up how to alter quirks, and he found a quirk called Quirk Manager that allows somebody to alter his own quirk. And Izuku's like, oh, I wish I had that quirk. And lucky for him, it's gonna be so dumb. A shooting star was falling by his window. So he woke up the very next morning. He's like, I feel a bit different. No, but he doesn't really take care of it. He doesn't really mind it. He thinks like it's just like maybe like a mutation from One for All or no, One for All. This Okay. I hate saying All for One and One for All. Like it doesn't like I don't get it. Like I know one is good, one is bad, and like I just don't know which one it is. Like I'm pretty sure One for All is the good one and All for One is the bad one. So yeah, he goes back to Dagobah Beach. He keeps working on his body, and he's like, okay, let me meditate so I can work on my mind too. So he's meditating, and he instantly, and as he's meditating, he like has his hands in a fist, like he puts his hand in a fist like this. No, what? No, what am I saying? You guys can't see me. He puts his hand in a fist, like he puts his hand in a fist and put them together and starts meditating, and then he gets teleported into his mind state, and he's like, oh wow, what is this place? Because he doesn't know that he's in his mind state, and he sees a big red greenish, like dark greenish, light greenish, like mixed. I don't know what color that is, like combine one, and then a dark like reddish one. And Izuku was like, what is that? He's like, oh, this probably isn't good, but oh well. He walks up to the greenish one, and it says, quirk, all for one. No, one for all. gifted by All Might to Izuku Midoriya. Quirk allows the user to use different quirks of other users from the past as long as the user is strong enough, I guess. And the user and consequences. If the user is not strong enough, he will hurt his body or whatever, and then he goes to the next one. He's like, okay, yeah, that's one for all. No, all for one, so good, or one for all. Yeah, one for all. You're like, okay, okay, that's good. Like, but like, I wish I could change that. So he goes to the next one, and it says quirk, quirk, quirk manager, quirk manager. I don't know how to put this. Quirk manager. Came or came out. No, I can't say that. How should I phrase this? I'm sick, so you might hear me cough or snort my nose or like blow out my nose. I have some napkins right here. So so quirk manifested in Izuku Midoriya, age, I don't know, 13. Quirk manager allows the user to change his own quirk and others' quirk within skin contact, and he's like, oh my god, this is what I read, but this isn't exact. It says this isn't exact. The one that I read could only change others. I guess this one is like a bit like better, I guess. He's like, wait, because of this, I can change one for all. I can make it better. He starts like he comes out of his mind state and starts jumping around. He's like so happy. Then All Might came and he's like, young Midoriya, what are you doing here? And then and then Izuku was like, all right, I okay, I'm not actually studying. He's like, I was just meditating and doing some of the stuff you told me to do. Oh my god, I'm so. He's like freaking out because he's so happy like that All Might is like teaching him and shit. So he's happy and he's like, oh yes, that is fantastic. Good job, young Midoriya. And then Midoriya's like, oh, uh, All Might also, I was meditating and I went into my mind state somehow and I figured out that I um got this quirk called Quirk Manager. It says it allows me to change or like alter quirks as I wish, as I want. He's like, and All Might's like, oh yes, that's interesting. I've heard of one similar, but it's that one you could only change others' quirk. And then Izuku's like, yeah, I researched that last night. I don't know what's happening. And he's like, huh. Have you read up on One for All in your mind state? Deku's like, oh yes, yes, yes. I was on it and it told me like the consequences of using it and stuff. And it says, oh, what's the consequences? It is Izuku said, I break my body if I'm not strong enough, and All Might's like, ho ho ho, no, okay, that's not that. Ha ha ha. Yes, I see. So we need to work on you. No, we need to work on your body strength. Yes. And then Izuku was like, okay. So Izuku kept working. He's like, wait, All Might, if it allows me to also change my quirks, what if I change One for All a little so that I don't the consequences aren't there. And he's like, and almost like, can you do that, young Midoriya? And he's like, maybe I can try. So he like starts meditating again, but like All Might said, uh, snap out of it, young Midoriya, snap out of it. He's like, but he's like, no, try doing it without meditating this time. Just like touch your hand or something, or a part of your body. Try not closing your eyes. Izuku does that, and it still works. He just needs to make contact with them. So he goes, he touches One for All and said activate, and like in his mind says activate Quirk Manager, and then he hears like a voice in his head saying, Quirk Manager has been activated on One for All. What would you like to change about One for All? And Izuku was like, okay, so let's see. Give me 1 minute. Alright. Izuku was like, okay, so consequences, none. Uh, yeah, that should be it. Oh, let me change it a little. So, allows the user to unlock other quirks as long as his body is like prepared. So he changes that and says user automatically gets all quirks. So so like he's basically gonna be vigilante Deku without the vigilante. So yeah. So he's already broken at this part. And he also says, wait, let's see if I can maybe change quirk manager. Let's see, maybe. He goes up to quirk manager. He says, activate quirk manager on quirk manager. And then a different voice, this time a man voice, says, hold on, quirk manager has been activated on quirk manager. What would you like to change about quirk manager? And then Izuku like, oh, so it does work. He changes, so the description is quirk manager. Um, Quirk manager manifested in Izuku Midoriya, age 13. Sure. Allows the user to alter and create alter quirks within contact. So he erases it. User must be within an 800-meter radius of target to alter quirk, and also he also removes the alter quirk. He says user of quirk can create and alter other people's quirks at will. And he saves it and he says, and then he heard the girly voice again saying, Quirk Manager has upgraded into Quirk Kitchen. So he already has Quirk Kitchen off the bat. Excuse me. So yeah. So Izuku starts training with like Float, Black Whip, Smoke Screen, Fajin, all those shit. So Izuku's like already broken, but he hasn't mastered them yet. The one that he has mastered is Float and Black Whip. So and also the like normal super strength and super jumping like stuff, right? He like almost like he's decently good at them, like 50%. Yeah, that sounds fair. 50%. Yeah. So he's basically at 50% now. So he says, wait, oh my, can I see if I can maybe alter your One for All? Because I altered mine. And he's like, sure. So Izuku's stares at All Might and says, in his head says, activate Quirk Kitchen on All Might or Toshinori. And it says, and the description is, All Might pro hero #1 pro hero / Toshinori. Quirk, One for All. A quirk that is passed on by users, allows the user to blah 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 blah, and it says gifted to Toshinori by unknown, because we're not gonna, I don't know his master's name. Let me search that up real quick. Wait, I'm dumb. Bro, this is so dumb. It's not here. Like, what? No, like, no, I actually can't find his masters. That's bullshit, man. I can't find it. The girl with float, yeah. Just sure, the girl with float. But it's gonna say unknown for now until I figure out her name. So that's basically it. And it says consequences due to injury. Toshinori will, due to injuries, one for all can only be activated for 12 hours a day. And he says, okay. He says, activate Quirk Kitchen on Toshinori or one or All Might. So and then he hears the girly voice again. Quirk Kitchen has been activated on All Might. What would you like to change? He's like, okay, let me erase this. All right. Uh, due to injury, he erases that. Time limit, he erases that. So he adds infinite. So time limit, none. Uh, consequences, none. So All Might is back to his prime basically. So yeah, let's go. I guess. Yeah. So he says, okay, All Might, try turning into your Swolmat form. Buff form. He's like, oh, and he's like, so he turns into his buff form, and he's like, all right. And then Izuku's like, give me 1 second. Izuku's like, okay, now try turning back into your skinny form. And he's like, and All Might tries, but it's not working. He can't turn back into his skinny form. You know, the form that he looks all skinny and shit and bony. Yeah, he can't turn in. He can't turn back into that. And I'm like, Izuku, young Midoriya, you are incredible. So they're like happy, and All Might also joins in for like the exercise, helping Izuku way more. So by the time of the entrance exam, the 2 months, right? The 2 months entrance exam, Izuku has mastered the like normal physical like strength of one for all because he doesn't break his bones, so he can use it. Also, he mastered Black Whip and Float. So yeah, so he has those on his belt, and he also created a box. He went into his Quirk kitchen and says, "Create Quirk," right? And he heard the manly voice saying, "Quirk kitchen has been activated. What would you like to create?" And then Izuku's like, "Okay, let's see. Sure." He's like, "Quirk Boxhead. No, Quirk Smartass. Sure." That's literally what he calls it. Quirk Smartass. Allows the user to think outside the box. Boom. There. Perfect. Now Izuku's smarter. Because he's pretty smart in the anime, so he's smarter. So now this is the day of the entrance exam. Izuku uses his quirk smartass to ace the written exam. Perfect. And then here comes the written portion. If there was one, I don't really know. So then finally the robot test came. So as soon as the mic guy says, "What are you waiting for? There are no countdowns in a real battle. Go, go, go!" Izuku instantly uses Black Whip to grab onto the wall and flung himself over the gate before it completely starts opening. And then he grabs robots using Black Whip to crash him against walls. Also using super strength to like break him instantly by like before even all of them could like the gate could completely open. Izuku has already had at least 65 points there, and he kept going until President Mike says, "Izuku Midoriya, please come down to the office." So or whatever. So Izuku Midoriya goes to the office and he's like, "Did I do something wrong?" He's like kind of nervous, but he's like, "No, I've seen that you're taking too much of the points, and you will be disqualified from this test. Don't worry, you are still in no you are disqualified. No, you are not disqualified. Therefore, you are suspended from this test. You no longer have to take it. we've seen your skills, you're good, right? So Izuku's like, okay, okay. So now he doesn't know what to do, but he's like, can I still watch? And then they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He goes up to the tallest building, and he's just like standing there, right? Or like sitting there watching until the 0 pointer comes, and Izuku doesn't know about the 0 pointer being having like a switch to turn it off. So when he sees Uraraka, the girl that helped him, that slapped him to stop his fall, right? About to get crushed by a pointer, he used Black Whip to trip the 0 pointer, right, pulling it down on his back, and then he also uses float to like slowly float down, using Black Wolf to fling himself, and then he uses 50% Detroit Smash to completely like decimate, even worse than he did in the normal version of the anime, like even worse. He like completely decimates the 0 pointer, like it's broken, like gone, like, and then everybody's suddenly like shocked, and then he walks up to Uraka saying that her legs are broken because they got hit by rocks. So she was like, I'm okay, I'll be okay. And he's like, oh, no, it's no problem, I can heal you. He goes into Quirk Kitchen, creating a healing quirk called mage, no, called sorcerer, sure, just sorcerer. And when he creates that quirk, he writes down the descriptions: allows person to heal himself and uh and have super like vision, like think about like seeing everything. Okay, do you know what Gojo has? I'm gonna go off again off that, I guess. You know, Gojo have like his six eyes, could like see everything at the same time. He's like right. So yeah, he writes that down. He doesn't put on the strain. So he doesn't put on the strain. He completely takes that off. Now that I'm thinking of it, I want to make him a little bit like Gojo, like a little bit cocky, but not too cocky. So spoilers, I guess, kinda. So he's there. So he creates it, and as soon as he's done like writing down, right, it's like he like basically created Gojo's reverse curse technique, but also plus Utah's to pass it on to other people. So he puts his hand over Uraka, not touching her. Okay, I can't say that. Yeah, over her, and he says, I don't know. She just squeezes his thumb just like touches his thumb, and she is like completely healed. Her, like she doesn't feel any of the pain. He also heals himself to like to get rid of just like the a little bit of the strain from using black whip to trip down that big robot, because it also like gave him whiplash. So he healed that. I don't know why he needed to heal whiplash. I don't know if it's bad. Somebody let me know if whiplash is bad down in the comments, please. So yeah, after that, Izuku's like okay, like a couple days later or a couple weeks later, he got his invitation card saying, yeah, you're invited, right? So Izuku's like so happy and shit. So now the time for school has finally come. So he's like, okay, I gotta go. My bad. I gotta get to school. I don't want to be late on the first day. But he lives. I'm gonna say he lives a little bit farther away from the school, just so I can have him create this quirk. And Izuku creates quirk called Speedster, gives user super speed, allows the user to run on water, allows the user to run up buildings, allows the user to go back in time for 8 seconds, and allows the user to slow down time, throw lightning, and like basically whatever the Flash can do. Izuku can do that when he activates the quirk, right? So he activates it. He instantly runs into the front of the class. I mean front of the school. He walks in. He looks for his class. He sees UA, and then as soon as he walks in, he hears Ida screaming, "Get your feet off the table! That is disrespectful!" At Baku, and Baku's like, "Fuck off, shit stain." Not exactly, but like, "Fuck off, shit stain" is like what like think that a little rude, like rude but not too rude, without the fuck off, just go away, shit stain. Sure, yeah, that. So Bakugo says that, and it is like, excuse me, and then he's like, Izuku walks in, and then Uraraka walks in. She like thanks him and shit, and then they start talking, and then Ida comes on. Ida comes, apologizes for being a dickhead, for calling Izuku out in the like when they were like when Present was like giving the exposition for like the robots and shit, and also in the thing when he stopped him from going to Uraraka, he bowed down and he's like, I'm so sorry for being a dickhead, but he doesn't really say, he's like, I'm so sorry for like not seeing your true strengths and shit. So damn, my fucking throat hurt. So yeah, Izuku's like, it's no problem, blah blah, and then they see the a calipator saying, if you guys aren't gonna do, if you guys aren't gonna do, if you guys are just here to talk, you might as well go home now. So everybody turns around, and then Izuku jumps back a little. Everybody jumps back a little, except for Bakugo, because like badass kinda. I really hate Ida. I don't know why. He's just like really annoying. But anyways, like Tano, I guess. So Izuku. So after that, it's shown that it was Aizawa that was in the sleeping bag. He's like, okay, first of all, I need to see what you guys can do. So meet me outside, and then what's her name? Uraraka says, "What about the orientation? What about the orientation test?" And he's like, "This is my classroom. I'm oh god damn, I'm your homeroom teacher. I can do whatever the hell I want. Now follow me. No need for some shitty orientation." He doesn't actually say shitty, but yeah, and by now Aizawa doesn't know about Izuku's quirk, right? So he still thinks he no, he doesn't actually think that because Izuku never broke his arm in the test. So yeah, so Izuku like aces everything, like in the jump in the like sand jump. He uses Fajin to like completely jump over everything, and then the speed test he uses speedster, boom, done. The ball throwing test he uses 50% one for all, boom, done. And for the rest, sure. Okay, Izuku Midoriya first place, Momoya Rozu second place, Katsuki Bakugo third, and then the rest, blah blah blah. And then like because the pink girl said, I don't remember her name, the pink like mutated girl said this is gonna be fun. It's like, and then as I was like, oh, fun, huh? All right, whoever gets last place will get, I will expel them. And everybody's like, not like, why the fuck you have to talk, you goddamn retard, like, idiot, right? So like they're all like kind of mad at her because she like had to speak up, and then but like, who can blame her? It kind of sounded like fun because they could get to use their quirks, right? So and so after that, so yeah, everything just went down. And after that, Baku goes like, how the hell did you get so strong? You must have cheated. You used something. You're cheating. You're no class nobody. You shit stain. Well, how did you even get here? Get out. Leave the school. As he went to attack Deku, but Aizawa used the scarf around his neck to like in case Bakugo stopping him from doing that. So he's like, you do that and you'll get expelled. And we see the scores, and we see that the guy with the balls quirk. God damn, that sounds so wrong. Like with the purple balls on his head quirk. He got last place. And he's like, no, and then it showed, and it, as I was said, I was just joking. Nobody's getting expelled. So now, so we were like murmur and whispering goes all around the class, and it's like, as I was like, eyes flash red a little because if it's a quirk that like, yeah. So he chose somebody to erase the quirk. Bakugo, his eyes flash red, shutting everybody down, and yeah, he also, so after that he says, okay, now that this is done, everybody can go home. Like they got to leave early a little, so everybody went home and shit, and yeah, the first day was great, kind of, besides for what Bakugo did. And then the second day, Damn, I don't remember the shit that happened on the second day. Uh, I got rid of the time shark because I'm like, I'm doing so good, I'm doing good so far without looking at it, and I didn't save it, and now I can't find it. So now I'm just going straight off the top of my head. So hope you guys enjoy it. It might be kind of, oh, what the shit is this picture? I'm trying to find the timeline, and there's a picture of Izuku and All Might kissing. So that's great. Yeah. Uh. So, anyways, so we're gonna go straight to the. All right, hold on. Give me a minute. Okay, they went to that place with like with the like where's holy shit, I hate those so much. Alright, so a couple of weeks later, All Might came to their class. He busted and he's like, oh, I'm walking through the door like a normal person. Not like a normal person at all. So everybody's like freaking out. But besides Izuku, he's still like really excited, but like he doesn't show it because he's seen All Might for a while now. They know each other pretty good. And All Might's like stares at him and like, come on man, you gotta act excited. Right? So Izuku I started like jumping around too, but it's obvious people could tell that he was kind of like not really too excited. But so yeah. And Izuku so they got to the thing, Izuku and Momo. So yes, it's Izuku X Momo. We're gonna be doing that because fuck. Yeah. So yeah. It's Izuku X Momo, not Izuku X Uraka. So after that it's Izuku Momo versus Tenya Ida and Katsuki Bakugo. So like kinda like normal, but not really. And Izuku's like, okay. He sees how Momo is like clothes is like very revealing. It's like, why is your skin like, why are you revealing so much skin? And she's like, oh, it's my core creation or whatever. She didn't say whatever. Like she says creation. I really don't know the name of her quirk. I'm just gonna call it creation. It's my quirk creation. It allows me to create anything using my bodily fluids. It makes me really hungry. That's why I need to eat a lot. And also and also the size of the objects is um depends on how much skin I'm showing. So yeah, and so Zuko's like, oh yeah, I have a quirk called Quirk Kitchen. It allows me to alter other people's quirk and create quirks. And Mom was like, what? And Mom was like shouts out, what? Everybody turns to look at him, and Zuko's like, shh. Because he's like not really trying to hide it, but like he doesn't want everybody to know off the bat. So she's like, okay. Like that's cool. So is that how you like have so much different like kind of quirks? And Nezuko's like, yeah, kinda. Someone was like, oh, can you help me with my quirk a little? Every time I use it, I get like really hungry and shit. So he's like, yeah, sure. He looks at him. He looks at her. He's like, because of the mutation, using the sorcerer, he has white hair now. Forgot to mention that, and he has gorgeous eyes. Also forgot to mention that, and like the stupid dots on his face are gone. Okay, they're gone. He's very handsome. So Momo kind of like has a thing for him, just a little, right? But like it gets way higher, you know. Yeah, but we're not gonna be focusing too much on the ship, so don't worry. And if any of you guys like I wanted that, like the fuck, excuse me, the hell, why, huh? Like yeah, I get I wanted to like add them, like make them lovers kinda. Well, not kinda like exactly, but like you guys like that wanted to see it is like kind of weird. So, and if there's any adults watching this, yeah, because I'm only, I don't know if I should tell you guys this. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm only 8. Okay, I'm not actually 8. I'm only 18. But if so, yeah. And if there's anybody like out in the like 20, 24s, and like you have a girlfriend or married, get out, please. Like, you wanted to see that, get out. So, yeah. So, Izuku and his eyes, his blue, like his gorgeous blue eyes, shifted to like a darkish, like his head stands up, and his eyes shifted to like a darkish color, to like dark reddish color, and uh he uh he looks at Momo in the eyes, and he says, in his head he says, activate Quirk Kitchen on Momo Yarozu, and then he hears a girly voice, Quirk has been activated on Momo Yarozu. What would you like to do? And he says, all right, here's the description for the quirk creation manifested in Momo Yarozu at age 4 year blank. I don't know. Quirk allows the user to create any object that as long as she knows the structure and like the structure and materials for it, and so yeah. uh Downside: user must have skin showing. The size of the object depends on how much skin is showing off the user. Also, user gets really hungry after using it, so he erases user gets hungry. He erases that and says, he completely erases that, and also user oh shit, what was I gonna add? Just give me a minute, let me think. He erases that one, and I don't remember what I said, he erases it and just makes it better, I guess, and he says, and he saves it, like kind of like a game, I guess, and he's out, and like, oh yeah, the limit. He removes the limit of like what she can create. So like she doesn't need to know the structure and stuff for it. She just needs to like know like the name of it, I guess. So yeah, and also since she's like since she's really smart in the anime kinda, she's pretty much like broken so far. So yeah, so Momo, and then Deku's like, okay, there, your quirk has been updated, and then he also hears a voice inside saying, Gnosis. Okay, since I'm using this like AI voice, I'm just gonna give him uh I'm gonna say like before he did that, he created a quirk called Assistant, allows users to have an assistant in his head that only he can hear, that tells him everything basically, and he can also speak to it, like Raphael from that time. I got reincarnated as a slime, and if you haven't seen that, click off this video, go watch it, and come back. Thank you. And if you have seen that, yeah, Umaru, great. Somebody that is rumored, possibly, maybe, being able to defeat Goku, which I do not believe. Right? Yeah. So yeah, he creates that, and it says, notice, Quirk Creator has been Creator has been upgraded into Infinite Create. Sure. He says, all right, your quirk is now called Infinite Create, and you only need to know the name of the object you're showing, you're making, and there's no size limit. You can create like up to the whole size of the Earth basically. So she was like, thank you so much. She like what she thank you so much, and at that point her like thing for Izuku got a little bit higher, so she like now loves him a little more, kind of. So yeah, she thanks him, and then they went into the thing. Izuku instantly uh uses create Quirk Kitchen to erase his Bakugo's Bakugo's quirk and Tenya Ida's quirk, and then Ida just sees his his like rockets and his legs just vanish. He's like, what the hell? He's like so confused, and Bakugo tries using explosions, doesn't work. Uh, so Izuku easily, so like Bakugo is like so pissed off. His like eyes are like popping out, like not really, like red and shit. He's like, what the fuck did you do to me? Only 30. Yeah, like crashing out. So yeah, Izuku like wraps him up in tape. And him and Momo like just walk up, touch the bomb, and he also uses Crooked to give them back their quirks. So yeah, but no, nothing else. So that's basically all he does, and yeah, so Izuku did that, and yeah, and then he went back and All Might like Hero Team wins, and then All Might return, and then they return to like the watch camera, and everybody is like, oh my god, that was awesome, Midoriya, how did you do that? And he's like, that's for me to know and for you guys to find out. So he says that, and everyone's like, oh, boo hoo, yeah. So All Might knows and starts like giggling or like, so everybody looked at me and like, oh, sorry, just had a funny thought, and then everything went by, and then they had the like encounter to like the trip to like the big dome superhero training thing where they could use the crocus and shit. So like, all right, so they got there, and Izuk and Raph, the assistant, that's the name of the assistant. Raph says, "Notice enemies spotted inside dome." I don't know the name of it. Inside the dome, about around 8K enemies. He went he and since All Might is like completely better now. He went so All Might is like perfect since Izuku altered his work and made it better. All Might is there. He went up to All Might saying, "Yeah, I created an assistant core called Raph. It also told me that there are around 8K enemies in there, and one of them is called and I forgot. He went in his head and said, Ralph, what's the name of the strongest one there? Uh Nomu. Oh, yeah, one of them is called Nomu. He's basically like a mini you. So if you could come in, beat the shit out of him for me, I'll take on the rest. Alright. And then um Alma is like, thank you. And then Alma is like, okay, thank you for letting me know. And then Alma was like, alright, me and young Midoriya here have something to discuss with the teacher. You guys please stay out. He gathers other teachers. They help him fight the Nomu. And by the time that they're done fighting the Nomu, Izuku had already like finished 5K enemies by then, and then they helped him finish the rest. And then one of them comes out, and then Raphael says, Notice, quirk has been activated on Tomura Shigaraki. Quirk Decay allows the user to decay anything that he makes contact with all five of his fingers. And Izuku like, all right, yeah, that guy with the hands all over him, his name is Tomura Shigaraki, and that like completely shocks All Might and the teacher. He's like, what, Tomura? Right? And like Tomura finally took off the hand and said, you're really shit. You're really good, kid. Like he's like scratching his neck, like you're really good, kid. It's not fair. It's not fair. Right? So he's like Omar is like, Tomara, what are you doing? What happened to you? And he's like, this is what has become of you. I mean, and then like he like went on like a long cool villain speech, and then Izuku's like, yeah, I got him. Quirk Decay, he deletes it. He went up. Tomar tries to decay him. Nothing happens. Uh Izuku creates a new quirk, or no, yeah, he creates a new quirk called Person Realm, and he puts Tomar in that Person Realm, and everybody's like, what happened? Where'd he go? And Izuku's like, oh, nothing that special. I just put him in my own domain. It's called Person Realm, it lets me put anybody in like a in a world where I have control. I can. It's like Toro Matsukami kinda from Naruto, or uh it's like Toro Matsukami or Itachi's Genjutsu. I don't remember the name of it. So yeah, where he like let me try to remember. Uh, I'm just gonna search it up so you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, there we go. Uh, two two top two Uzanagi. Tusan Nakayumi. What? For Itachi Uchiha. Two Uzanami, I think, is one of the greatest genjutsus. I'll just read out what it says. Tsunami is one of the greatest genjutsu attacks in the series. Once the target is trapped in the genjutsu, Itachi could torture them. God damn, he could alter the perpec the perspection of time while Uzanami was active, which meant that the target could face days worth of torture within a matter of seconds. Damn. Yeah, that's basically what he made, but like stronger, cause like he's basically God there, right? So Izuku's like, yeah, I'm basically God there. I can literally do anything. So and then like they took him into custody. No need for like a thing. They just put him in a normal prison room. They also he Izuku created a new ability called Future Sight that lets him see 8 years into the future. So Izuku uses it to see like a year into the future, and he sees all for one getting Shigaraki free and giving him back his quirk, and that ends up to them losing. So Izuku when everybody left, he makes a clone. He creates quirk called cloning. He makes a fake clone of Tomura that basically just it's like exactly like Tomura. Just it's like they can never have a quirk. So yeah. So yeah, and he takes the real Tomura into his domain and just like uh and just like gave him food and give him and let him survive out there in like a jungle or something. Yeah, sure. Let's say in a jungle. So yeah, and this is where I'm gonna be ending our part one of what if Izuku had Quirk Kitchen. He already seems really fucking broken, and it's just the start of this, and it's just the goddamn start. So thank you so much for oh, god damn, thank you so much for you guys watching, and I will see you into the next one. Peace.
И не отвлекайся, что добиваться будешь год. Сигма, сигма.
領域展開